What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm excited for the next new comic book day, March the 17th of 2021, and I have quite a few books I want to talk about here. But before I ramble too long, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, connect, follow, do whatever you do on the platform you're on. Just look for my furry face inside of an orange circle and press all the buttons next to it. So this is a moderate week for me, I would say. I think I have like 8 to 9 books here that I want to talk about. And it's kind of a mixture across the spectrum. The first one to talk about, though, is The Flash 768. This is a DC title. It's the return of The Flash after we kind of dropped off at the end of the Williamson run. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here because I really wasn't into what they were doing post-Williamson. Batcat number 4 is going to be dropping, and I'm really excited for this one. This is a story about, I don't really know exactly what all it's about at this point, but we're definitely seeing an older version of the characters in one timeline. Meanwhile, we're seeing kind of what seems to be going on now, and we're also kind of seeing some things that happened earlier that have connected these three different storylines. So I'm excited to see where Tom King takes it from here. It's been a blast so far, and I'm excited for the rest of this ride. Ultramega number 1 is dropping from Image. I really don't know too much about this title. The cover looks really cool. It's like a two-tone monster, kind of like kaiju style, walking through a blast or something. It's a really cool cover. I'm excited to find out a little more about this. And I think the main, well, it was already on my list, but I want to say about a week ago now, Whack Comics and Lee and Tyler, they brought it up as a potential read for silent reading in the future. So I wanted to go ahead and grab it and find out more about it on my own. Radiant Black number 2 is out this week, and this is going to be exciting because we saw in the first issue, we saw the new, I guess like this new sphere shows up from we don't know where. Our main character grabbed it, he gets the suit and everything, and that's pretty much where we left off. So just as we were getting to the climax of the powers and stuff, it was kind of the end of the first book. And so I'm excited to see how this is going to open up in the second one, and we're going to get to see some of the powers. We also got that little prologue about the red like bad guy version, so it'll be interesting to see how they play that and what all of this turns into. And I've even seen a cover somewhere that indicates there might possibly be some sort of Megazord set up here as well. So I didn't, usually American style like kaiju, Sentai kind of stuff, tokusatsu, generally doesn't lean into the giant robot aspect of it as much. So I'm surprised that Radiant Black is going to add a Megazord to it if that's what this is on this cover. But I'm also really interested because this could be a fun twist on what we've seen as far as like American tokusatsu so far. Origins number 5 is out this week from Boom. Really excited for this one. I've loved this series so far. The first issue was like beautiful art, it read real quick, and it kind of just like gave us a very light premise. However, the second issue really took off. Third and fourth issues were spectacular. I absolutely love what they're doing with this story. The psychology and exploration of the human condition is all really interesting. And so I'm excited for number 5. I think there's only 6 books in this series, so we're coming up on the end of the story, and I can't wait to find out how it all wraps up. The Expanse number 4 is also going to be out from Boom. I don't know anything to tell you about this one, to be honest. I've talked about it quite a few times, I guess 3 previous times. It's really a book that I'm picking up because I'm watching The Expanse on Amazon Prime, and so once I get to the seasons where this comic series cuts in, I will already have them collected, so I don't have to worry about chasing them down then. So I'm really excited to read this when I get to that point, but for now I'm simply picking it up to add it to the collection for when I get there. E-RATIC number 4 from AWA. I am behind on this one. I've actually only read the first one now that I think about it, and I really enjoyed it. It has a very like Spider-Man vibe to it. It's AWA that's been doing a lot of like film and genre style stuff, and while E-RATIC could definitely get picked up for a film or a series or whatever else, it definitely feels like AWA leaning more into superhero stuff and kind of the mainstays of comic books in general. And so I think it's an interesting turn for the company. I think this series is rated a little younger, or I guess technically for everybody, but it's definitely playing for, you know, a more like childlike version of a character. He kind of reminds me of like Peter Parker, Spider-Man kind of stuff, but like a more troubled kid. I wouldn't put him quite as far as like, say, Jason Todd, but, you know, think if you took like Jason Todd and mixed him with Peter Parker, and that's kind of what's going on here. It's pretty cool. Like, this kid has some issues in his life, you know. His parents are, I want to say they're divorced, if I remember correctly on that. And he's new in town, so he doesn't really fit in with the kids at school. He's got this real cool older brother that's kind of in with all the cool kids, but he kind of ignores him, you know. So we're watching a kid kind of go through growing pains, and he's in a new town, and his mom, you know, might have got duped, and so they're really poor. They're in a tight situation. It's something that a lot of people can relate to. It definitely feels like the kinds of things that a lot of kids were going through when I was in school. And so I think E-RATIC's pretty cool. I'm excited to check out more of that and get caught up on it. And then the last book on the list this week, Thor Number 13. I'm really excited for this. I've been into Thor. I kind of wavered a little bit there in the middle, but since they brought back with the Donald Blake storyline, I've been all in on this. Donald Blake is awesome. I love all the, just like the craziness in the art and his face and everything. He looks like a madman, he looks like a serial killer, and he's really giving Thor a run for his money. So I'm really enjoying this series. This is one of my favorite reads right now, probably, to be honest. And that's kind of surprising. I'm not usually into like the superhero and the Thor thing, but Donny Cates is doing something really cool here, and I've been in love with the Thor run. So that's my list for this week. It looks like I got about 3 books from the big 2, and then about 6 other books that I picked out from you know, the indies or smaller publishers. So I'm excited for what's dropping this week. You guys go ahead and tell me, what did I miss? What should I add to my list? I know there's Justice League and Nightwing are both out this week, and I kind of want to read them because I've been into a lot of the Infinite Frontier stuff. At the same time, these are books that are actually picking up with where the series left off, so I don't know. Although I'm probably definitely going to check out Nightwing because I think this is where Tom Taylor starts taking over, and that seems like the kind of character I could see his writing working very well with. So I'll probably check out Nightwing, but I'm not totally sold on that one or Justice League right now. So let me know. What should I add to my list? What should I take off of my list? What would you change about my list, you know? Let me know. There's comments. There's social media. Just reach out to me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, connect, and, you know, do whatever you do on the platform you're on. Until next time, keep flipping pages.